Please correct the record out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is having a real effect. We've got an election coming up. We cannot allow Pravda and the lying Democrats to put out false narratives out there. This is way too important. So again, why am I covering this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, as we can see from this Washington Examiner piece here, this is having a real effect. The media lies. They're not doing journalism. These are not medical professionals. These are not... I love it when they knock me on Fox. Dan Bongino is talking about the coronavirus. Listen, that's what I do. I provide commentary. I'm not providing scientific medical expertise on coronavirus. I'm providing commentary on the political outcome of this, that the public panic that the media is instilling. But yet when the media, with no medical expertise whatsoever, writes an article, we're all supposed to take them seriously. Maureen Dowd, noted virologist, Maureen Dowd, noted virologist at Media Matters. Here's a headline I did not want to put up this morning for you. But I'm here to inform you. As Joe always says, everything you need to know in an hour. You need to be aware this is doing real damage. Look at this piece, Washington Examiner by Paul Bedard. Trump approval rating catches the flu, crashes overnight. I'm not saying this is going to be catastrophic. I'm not suggesting politics should be our primary concern here. I am suggesting to you, however, that I think the president has done a very good job with his medical team of doing what can be done in the face of a very, very dangerous threat. But a threat that, in my opinion, is being hyped by the media unnecessarily to scare you because their concerns, based on the evidence I just laid out, appear to be, Joe, political.
Yeah.
And not based on the hard science here. Ladies and gentlemen, the death rates from this very serious virus have been dropping. You look at the numbers from Iran. They had a death rate of 7%, then 5%, then 4% as they discover new cases. We're finding out now that a lot of the cases that were not uncovered because the cases weren't serious enough for people to present themselves to a hospital. Meaning what? The death rate may appear higher because there may have been more people infected who just got over it. I'm not suggesting to you this isn't serious. I'm not suggesting you shouldn't be concerned. I've said to you repeatedly you should be concerned. I have sponsors who I love and adore, that's all they do is the preparedness business. I'm simply suggesting to you we should be basing what we do in our actions based on facts, not bull. You get the rest. And the media right now has become a full-time Pravda-like outlet out there solely to scare you. You want another example? They are loving these leftists. I hunted through Twitter this weekend. There were thousands of these tweets. I'm not talking from like 10 or 15 follower crazy liberals on Twitter. I'm talking about from prominent accounts with tens of thousands of followers. There were tons of tweets like this. Look at this lady, Andrea Junker. I think it's Junker, but we'll call her Junker for a reason. Practically celebrating the Dow Jones drop. She says, look, the 8 largest Dow Jones drops in our history. She goes through all these drops in the Trump administration. Notice what she does here. She says at the end, tired of winning yet? This is the Trump slump. Disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, horrible people. Listen, I'm telling you, again, you're looking for someone to kind of sugarcoat this with the left? That ain't this show. These are awful, evil, malignant, terrible human beings. Notice what she did there, though. Largest Dow Jones drops in history. Did you notice she puts the points drops? She doesn't put the percentage drops?
All right.
Now, before we get to the actual 8 largest drops in the history of the Dow Jones, because liberals can't do basic math or can and lie about it all the time. Joe, let me ask you a question. This is not hard math, so I don't want to put you on the spot. Paula, I'm going to need you on this one too, because liberals are they have a hard time with this. People like Andrea Junk. Andrea Junk, who doesn't understand Dow drops and percentages. What do you think is worse for your wallet if you're invested in the Dow Jones, Joe? I'm going to put these 2 examples. Example A, the Dow Jones is, say, right now it's 25,000. Say the Dow Jones was 500 and it drops 400 points. That's pretty bad, right?
That's pretty bad, dude.
Okay, we get that. Now, do you think that example is worse or example B, where the Dow Jones drops 1,000, but the Dow Jones is at 30,000? I know the math is tough, but which one do you think is worse, A or B?
I got to go with A, dude.
You would be correct, Joe. Yeah. That would be absolutely correct. Some of you get the inside joke. That would
Thank
be
you.
correct. If the Dow Jones is 500 and it drops 400 points, you've wiped out most of your value. If the Dow Jones is
Oh,
30,000
Yeah.
and the points drop is twice as much at 1,000, you've only wiped out about 1/30th of your value. Again, this is only complicated to liberals who can't seem to do basic math. Now, my resident fact checker at BonginoReport.com, Joe's laughing, Matt Palumbo, put up a chart to show Andrea Junk just how silly and dopey her tweet about the largest drops are. Here are the actual biggest gains and losses of the Dow and the S&P. According to Indexology, when you go by the percentage change and not the points change, and you see that those drops, he is not even close to the top, President Trump. No less the 8 largest. It's nonsense. You can see in the last column there that some of the biggest drops were obviously the stock market crash during that preceded the Great Depression, the recession, was it Black Tuesday that we had? Or was that Black Tuesday we had back when I was in grammar school?
Something like that.
Those were the biggest ones, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they're just lying to you over and over again.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 at DBongino.